my friends, listen, we are honestly sitting in the presence of greatness. This right here is where we get to celebrate a legacy of 28 years. Muvhango has been around on SABC2, allowing so many people in South Africa to feel proud, to understand exactly where we stand when we look at our democracy in so many different ways. But it has also allowed us to be entertained, from the characters to the storylines, to all of the crazy moments that happened, but also all of the touching moments that also happened. We get to celebrate it as it is the very last episode tonight, the 12th of August 2025 at 9 p.m. on SABC2. So what better way to do that than to bring in the people that brought to life this beautiful, beautiful story from the last 28 years. Everyone, please, let's give them a feel-good welcome and give them all of the respect that they deserve, because we are joined by none other than Gabriel Temudzani, who is brought by Chief the incredible Chief Azwindini. And then, of course, we get into what we talk about when we say his on-screen wife, the lady herself. We are with Umamela Mahau, who plays Susan. And then it is the visionary creator himself. Ladies and gentlemen, please can we welcome Ubab Dumandlovi. Let's give them a full good welcome. Betuna, am I right to say, Da.
You're quite correct.
Thank you. Sanbonani Betuna. Firstly, congratulations on the last 28 years. What you've done is out of this world. And this is why we're able to celebrate it so incredibly so. But Bamdlovo, I want to start with you, because I think that when we say you're a visionary creator, that in itself doesn't even begin to describe exactly what you've done. Can you speak to us about where exactly this whole idea even started? And what did you actually want for Muvhango?
Siyabonga kakhulu, and siyabingelela to the viewers at home and to everybody, and also just to say Rolibuwa. We thank South Africa for 28 years of support.
Yes.
When some of us came back from exile to South Africa, one of the things as a creative and as a theater and television person, I noticed that there were no marginalized languages on television. There was very few programs that would speak of the people who were the marginalized people.
Yes.
So I conceived this just because I wanted to highlight one of the smallest languages. In fact, I think in 1977, Chivenda was the smallest language.
Oh, wow.
And it became easy for us to just basically put all the spotlight on Isivenda and the Venda-speaking people.
Yes.
One of the things that also was amazing was because the Venda people, because of their allegiance, their culture, they still have practices, African practices, that are now strange to us as Africans.
Yes.
That's how Africa is.
Yes.
So it became easy to dramatize all of that. And everybody said, oh, benza kanjani.
But it's just like that.
Exactly. But because you have to mix drama with education and entertainment and everything else, it became easier to steer people up while we were popularizing the language.
Come on.
28 years later, people call each other Mukada.
Yeah.
People go around saying Da. People go around.
That's me.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
People, the Venda language has become part and parcel of South Africa's subculture in an amazing way, in a way that you don't understand, and people don't even remember that it was because of this tiny production called Muvhango.
That has become the powerhouse that it is. And can I ask, did you think it was going to last 28 years?
Well, I'm a fighter. I always say that what I do should work. So I knew it was going to work, but I don't think I knew it was going to work this much.
And it really did, because look at the incredible people that you've brought to South Africa. You say you're a fighter. I think you put it into your chief over here, and you made him a fighter as well, because
I've got pictures of them being very tiny.
Very tiny and little, yeah.
So whenever they misbehave, I was like, I've got pictures of you.
Chief, my chief, you became the chief of South Africa, actually. And I feel like you did it in the most incredible way. How did being Chief Azwindini actually change your life? How did it impact it? And how have even your relationships been impacted by this when it comes to even your family?
Thank you so much, Sanel, and to the viewers back home.
Of course.
I think being Azwindini was one of the biggest achievements that I've ever thought I would achieve.
Yeah.
And it has not only touched my family, it has touched me in an amazing way. And it has given me a platform to express myself as a performer, but also to embody the vendor leadership that we have back home.
Yeah.
And I think you know, growth looks beautiful and good on everyone, and seeing Azwindini growing from head boy to what he became was quite fulfilling.
Yes, I can imagine. And of course, I mean, it's such a full circle moment now,
Indeed.
especially you guys still being on this journey together. Because Susan, Susan. He spoke of it growth. And I feel like it's so true. Your characters have grown so much, but you guys have grown as well. Talk to us about the evolution of Susan over the years, especially with all of the crazy storylines that just came in. And what were your favorite aspects of her story?
I really would say that somebody has it in for me. Honestly, they went out and made Susan the epitome of womanhood. Like, I'm walking around with this gigantic woman that is able to perform magic.
Yeah.
And I look at it and people invite me to advise them because of Susan. I have become the one who will speak for the women. I have become the one who will advise women. So the development of Susan from getting into the house through the window, I just saw it, to who she is now. I do remember the time when Babuka Jenny said, we want to make Susan a matriarch, and they went out. And I look at Susan, I'm like, but what else can she do? She is a superhuman.
Come on.
And then you have women out there saying, every time when I'm going through, I ask myself, what will Susan do?
There it is. And this is why I said you guys are the heroes of this country. I feel like entertainment truly has changed South Africa. And even just like you said, people coming back from exile, it allowed us to grow in so many different ways. And you guys are part of that legacy. But guys, as we round up Muvhango, I also am so excited because we're able to do so in a fun way here on Expresso today. We're going to be acting out a scene together. Are you guys ready for that?
I'll be directing.
I want to be the husband.
Listen, Expresso family, you got to make sure you do not go anywhere. Why? Because we are going to be celebrating Muvhango in the best way we know how, which is getting us to do a scene together. But on top of that, getting into some of the most incredible memories of the last 28 years. Can you believe it? We're at this point. It's unbelievable, but it's also such a beautiful moment just to look back on what it is that it has achieved and allowed South Africa to get to. Don't go anywhere. We're going to take a short break and we'll be back after this. We're about to do a scene with our incredible Muvhango cast. And of course, we've got our incredible director, the creator of Muvhango. And friends, I am so excited. Why? Oh, listen, it's a very bittersweet moment. It is us bidding farewell to one of the most powerful soapies that we've ever had in this country after 28 years. Don't forget, tonight, the 12th of August, 2025, 9 p.m. on SABC 2, a night we'll never forget. Because how can you forget saying goodbye to Muvhango? Something that has been part of South Africa's, I want to say DNA. And no DNA, just RSA. Betuna, it is going to be a very emotional night. And I feel like there's so many things that, you know, could be said. I wish we had a whole hour to talk about this. But let me jump on into this because I need to ask you, Babndlovu, you know, out of all of the moments that have happened in the last 28 years, what's something that's really stuck out with you and really will be something you take into the future?
Well, there's so many. There are so many. One of the things that stand out for me was the rivalry between Utupsi and Tandaza.
Yes.
And then also, you've mentioned one of them, the relationship between Susan and Azwindini. So she mentioned something that we as writers decided to we want to make Susan the matriarch.
Yes.
We had to Catherine. She was no longer with the show. We had Masindi. The first Masindi was no longer with the show.
Yeah.
Suddenly we woke up as writers and said that, who's the matriarch?
Yeah.
And there was no debate. Got to Susan. And she was a kid. Then suddenly she's a matriarch. That, for me, that transformation was amazing because it also represented her growth, not only as an actress, but also as a person.
Sure.
She then fit that role so much.
Beautiful.
You know?
I love that. And my chief, I feel like, you know, Ubamdlovu spoke about this, how you guys were very little when you came for your auditions. Yeah. Let's talk about that moment. Do you guys remember auditioning? Do you remember every single moment? Do you remember the nerves and everything else?
Yeah, I do, very well so. And I think all of us, we start somewhere. And with, discipline and dedication, we grow and become.
Yeah.
And as actors, we are not immune or exempted from such. And hence we're here.
Yeah.
And today, when we look back, we take so much pride in the journey that we have traveled. Because it was a journey of growth. It was a journey of touching lives. It was a journey of, reversing all the stereotypes that people had about the Venda people and television in South Africa. It's unfortunate that, we have come to the end of this beautiful journey.
Yeah.
But in the main, what saddens me is that we are reversing all the positive gains that we have done in terms of putting the Venda culture and the Venda people on a platform.
Yes, and you did it so beautifully, Betuna,
Yeah.
and you can be so proud.
Thank you.
But Momela, I want us to just really jump on into what you're going to remember most from this show. And what will you...
Say my husband in the story.
And what will you miss most even?
I think I would miss the family.
Yes.
And I also miss, there's this thing that happens in Muvhango where we have workshops. We get together, we talk, we get to know each other. The most I would miss is when we have to start a storyline. We have these workshops that we do, and then when we enter into a storyline, all of us know what we are doing.
Yes.
That is amazing. You then realize just how much grown you are becoming. Every day you get to be told a story, you interpret it, you sit there, you get to be taught, and you start to think, maybe I can write my own.
I love, but that's what art is meant to do, right? It's meant to inspire us.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's beautiful. And Bamjovu, I feel like, you're the person that started this whole thing. And now as we come to an end, I want to know what is it that you feel that Muvhango really did for South Africa?
It changed South Africa's perception about the Venda language and the Venda culture. It gave respect to a whole group of human beings. Now, unfortunately, you guys cannot imagine how we used to treat Venda-speaking and Tonga-speaking people in South Africa.
Yeah.
You have no idea.
Really?
But all of that turned around because of one single production in Muvhango.
Yes.
Because now we see them not only as human beings, but also as equal. We also admire them now because of that show. Now you hear women saying that Venda is such a sexy language.
Yes!
It's sexy.
Yes, all right.
We were able to humanize something, because apartheid did that to us. It divided us, and it showed us all the negatives about ourselves. I grew up in Piri next to Chiawelo. As we grew up, we used to say all kinds of expletives about people who were our own people. But because of this particular production, we are now one. And we also had a Venda-speaking president in South Africa. We have a Venda-speaking president in South Africa. How far have we come as a people?
Cyril, you must thank Muvhango. Please. Please thank Muvhango, Tata. Thank you.
And the young people say, your handwriting.
We were not here.
Guys. I can't believe we've gotten to this point, but it is going to be such a beautiful moment tonight at 9 p.m. when we are able to watch all together the final episode of Muvhango. And as we do, can we do our final scene here on Expresso? Are we ready? Okay.
What language?
Hypo. Bamjovu, please. All I know is for now, please. Okay, here we go. Are we ready? Please call action, please.
Okay, ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, action.
Hi, boss Susan. Tifikela from Emakaya, and they said, Susan, your husband is your cousin. Susan, that means that you have the right to the throne.
Don't worry, I'll fix him. Why are you doing this? The minute you tell these people, they will plan and kill us.
Susan, what do you mean? Why?
You don't know these people.
No, I know them, but you have the right to the throne, Susan.
This is Ben.
Then as we did
Knock. Oh, Susan, you not know you, eh? You're such a beautiful
Why did you break our character?
No, like...
She reminds me of my Susan Ben.
Everyone, let's give them a round of applause.
I have not said cut.
No, you're not wrong.
Cut. You don't listen to the director.
I
You don't listen to the
I
director.
saw it even before I started. Oh, goodness me. Guys, thank you so much. And I say that on behalf of every South African, from the people who watched Muvhango every single day to those of us who were able to be proud because we had such incredible, I think, just even perspectives of what Black people can be in this country. And that was all thanks to you guys. Siyanibonga. We say thank you for everything you've done. And more than anything else, may there be ample blessings that come from the country duty that you did just by playing your parts in this beautiful story.
And goes the way to end on behalf of all our cast members and the crew members.
Yes.
Rodiwua.
Rodiwua. Oh, Mzansi, this is where we get to say thank you truly to the entire cast of Muvhango. Those that were there before, those who are there now. Over the last 28 years, they gave us everything and more when it came to them 100% being on our screens, but also allowing us to see ourselves and so much more in terms of the beautiful stories that they told. Tonight, 9 p.m. on SABC2, the final episode of Muvhango. Do not miss it. For now, we're going to take a short break and we'll be back after this.